Hi, I'm Naturally Lydia, and today I'm going to be making some slaw. So this is something that's really great in the summer. It really goes well with some barbecued meat. It's just a good side. So I'm actually going to make some slaw, chop it up. I'm going to can it tonight so that we can have this all summer long. It's gonna be a quick meal on the go. I won't have to worry about a side. I'm just gonna open up a can and it'll be ready to go. So I'm gonna do these in quart, and I choose wide mouth for this canning. Obviously, we're gonna need cabbage because that's the main component of slaw. These are not homegrown. It's actually the middle of winter now, but cabbage is something that is fairly easy to grow if you know what you're doing. It's a cold weather crop, so it's going to be a spring and a fall. It definitely likes the cooler weather. So you're gonna sow these indoors, plant them by seed well before the first frost, and then you will plant a nice hardy plant in the ground. Cooler temperatures, even a light frost, will actually make it crisper and make it better. If you plant it too late and it gets hot, then it's just going to go to seed and it'll bolt and it won't actually form a nice head. So definitely a pest magnet though, and there's a lot of natural ways to kill pests that you don't need. But what you're really gonna wanna do is just companion plants. So garlic and onion and nasturtiums do really, really well with cabbage because you don't have to worry so much. They will deter all the pests because these are just little pest magnets. So these are not homegrown, but I do encourage you to look into planting cabbage. If you're planting your spring garden, now is the time to really start planning and thinking about that. They're kind of funny because they attract pests. You do want to rotate them out and not plant them in the same place every single year. In fact, you want to let that soil just kind of rest for 3 years, plant something else there. So it is good to rotate them out. So cabbage, obviously onion, we're going to shred some carrots and celery seed, mustard seed. This is gonna be our spices for our cabbage, and then a little bit of sugar, some white vinegar, and salt. So it's a really easy recipe. It's really fast. So I've got my water boiling, and now I'm gonna get to chopping. Went ahead and let all my vegetables chopped up, and they are soaking in a tablespoon of salt, which will just kind of help infuse that and pull any moisture out that's in there. Right now I'm working on my brine. So this is what's going to be poured over our vegetables. We're going to put our vegetables straight into our jars, and then we're going to pour the brine over. So far I have 1.5 cups of water, 6 cups of white vinegar, and 4 cups of sugar. Next, I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of mustard seeds, and 2 tablespoons of celery seed. And I like to do heaping tablespoons. I enjoy a lot of flavor, so I'm a little bit on the generous side of that. So all we're going to want to do with our brine is get it heating up and make sure that our sugar is completely dissolved. That's the only purpose. It does not need to be completely boiling. It doesn't have to boil for a long time. You simply want your sugar to dissolve and for it to be all immersed, and then you will be ready to pour your brine over. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack my jars. My jars have been sterilized. I do that by putting them into my boiling water, and immersing them completely and then dumping the water out and setting them out. So now I'm filling them with my vegetables, my cabbage mixture. And you want to pack them pretty full because once you put your brine in, it will kind of shrink down a little bit. So pack them in pretty well. And you're going to want to leave about 3/4 of an inch of headspace at the top of each jar once your brine is in. So be mindful of that. These are packing in very nicely. The slaw smells so good. Water bath.